Hello and welcome to the Build With Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build a model kit and to hang out with all of you. I'm going to throw the Bear Cave, the Lego to the site, the emote in the chat. If you're currently a subscriber, reply with those emotes. If you're not a subscriber, you can say hi, or you can use other people's emotes, or you can choose to remain silent. You've got that option. And I'm going to say hi to the people who say hi to me. Aristophan threw those emotes in the chat, as well as Lashbrook. Welcome, friends. Happy to have you here. I am portraying energy that I don't currently have. It's been a long day, and I am getting a little into announcer mode and a little bit into forced energy mode. You can tell. But anyway, I hope you're doing well out there on this. It's a Saturday night. I'm hanging out here. I'm going to build finish up a cool model kit, then start another project, and I'm excited for that. I think that's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. Harold wants me to ring the bell. Harold's here and wants me to hit the old bell. Here's the bell. Have not rung that bell in quite some time using your channel points for that. Lately, people have just been asking me to play a ska song with their channel points, which is fine. And every once in a while, someone wants me to answer a question with my channel points, which is also fine. But to me, is the funniest one because I will just answer people's questions anyway. So it's just like, sure. I mean, yes. So sure. But yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. We're waiting here. We're hanging out. We're gonna let people be fashionably late for the stream, because that's a cool thing to do, and also it means we have more people hanging out. And also, if somebody really wants to see the end of the Zeong, I don't want them to come in like 5 minutes in. It's going to take longer than 5 minutes, but I don't want them to miss the end of the Zeong just because I was so anxious to get started. Um, but yeah, I was watching the Royal Rumble before this started. I got my premium Peacock subscription for the month again. I will cancel it, just have it for the month. But I got that so I could watch the Royal Rumble. And I'm going to catch up on some stuff I've been watching. I did the $10, so I get the ad-free experience, because why not? Um, uh, it was nice what I saw of the Royal Rumble. I got one match and some of the women's Rumble, which was cool. And then I stopped and then moved away from Twitter so that I didn't get spoiled. I'm sure things will come up in conversation, but that's okay. I haven't paid for a wrestling thing in a while. It has been a hot minute since I spent the money on the wrestling. But generally, Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, those are the shows that I'm going to pay for. And honestly, $10 to watch the Rumble, at my own pace, and then go back. Maybe I'll watch day one. I didn't see day one, so maybe I'll go back and check that out. I can check about some WWE stuff and some other stuff on Peacock and not see ads. That's fun. I think I saw all of season 2 of the Amber Ruffin show, but that ended in December, and I might not have seen the last episode of the Amber Ruffin show, so I could do that too, which I recommend if you're going to watch something on Peacock. Amber Ruffin show is very good because she is incredible. Oddly enough, I was also watching something on Peacock, but it was a sports car race from Daytona. Oh, it was a Daytona. I can't say it right. I can't pronounce it correctly. But you knew what I was saying. We gotta build some hands, and I don't know exactly how those work, but like I kind of do. I got one of them. We'll look at it in a second. I'm gonna retweet or reply to my tweet because I'm not doing the retweets. I'm doing the replies. And we'll get into this Zeong and try to wrap things up on it. So let me hit the okay. It's time to put some hands on the Zeong. That's what my tweet will say. I don't know. I haven't done a retweet to a wrestling show in a while. Normally they're on Sundays, but lately WWE's been doing Saturdays because it opens up more venues for them. Because venues that they want to book in want to have MMA on a Sunday because it makes them way more money than a WWE show. So they've been doing Saturdays strategically, and I don't like it. I would rather watch the Rumble tomorrow and not watch some of it and then the rest of it. But they don't ask me my opinion, and that's fine. And let's go to the overhead. The overhead is heads up. Here's the Zeong. We are almost done. Complete this kit. Got a little more to do with it. I put some decals on it because why not? They turned out okay. Not great, but okay. I haven't done water slide decals in quite some time. Okay, so this is part of the hand here. The fingers. This is the thing that happens in real grades. Is like the hands and sometimes the arms are weird and just different than normal. And I'm like, what do you want from me? What is this? So I think I did. I think I got the fingers right here. But these hands are like, they have a lot of articulation. So you got to go hog wild with it. And so hopefully I did an okay job on that. And then we're going to move on to the rest of the hand, which I'll snip out here and then do my best. These do have little extra little tabs you got to pop out here. And I don't quite know why they have them, but they do. Yeah, there's always like extra stuff, and the articulation on these is great. These are going to be the best articulated fingers you're going to find on a model kit of this size, certainly. But it is sometimes a little weird. So we'll just snip this out, and then we got to pop these out. You can pull on them a little bit. I like taking my clips and just kind of twisting them out. Hopefully not snapping the piece of plastic, but because it's not that thick. And then I'll just throw these in the trash that's right near me here, which is fine. And hopefully I won't step on them later because they're tiny pieces of plastic. Can I get that out? Yeah, I got that out. Great. Okay, so I'm going to kind of look at these instructions and see if I can figure this out. So we want to go here so that we get like, pop this up, pop this up. Okay. I'm just looking at these instructions for the first time here, so we'll see. And they're like, all right, and then pop this down because that's going to be the finger, and then this is going to be the thumb. Right? Yeah, is this another finger or is this the thumb? This is the thumb. This is a weird thing. This is the thumb. This is the thumb that I'm going to be working on here. So this is another finger. And then if I put it like this, yeah, and then turn it like that. There we go. Okay. That was not complicated, but it felt incredibly complicated. Like I said, these have got a lot of articulation here, but I was like really stressing about that for no good reason, which is very fun. And also very Pat Bear to just stress about it, a thing that is not, there's no reason for me to stress the way I was there about that, but I certainly was stressing. There's some undergating we got to clip out when we do this. We'll get 10 and 12 here. So we'll get 10 and 12 out. I hope you're all doing okay out there on the old internets. I'm doing all right. I had a busy Saturday. I filmed a couple things. I had a nice long chat with my mother, who is currently on vacation. Went and checked in with her and seeing how she and my dad are doing. So that was nice. That was a nice little chat. Hey, Lord Crashington, welcome. But yeah, I worked on a few things. I sent out some emails for a couple things. I applied for a couple jobs. Just know, sorry, I don't talk about it all the time, but I'm always applying for jobs. If you're like, hey, I wonder if Pet's like applying for things in various fields, the answer is yes, I am. I am attempting to get full-time employment as much as possible. I am always on the hunt for work. And occasionally, I get stuff, but it's usually contract work. I'm fine with contract work. I would love long-term part-time work or long-term full-time work. That would be rad. That would be fucking great. Hasn't happened, but it could. It totally could happen. I could suddenly get. Wait, is this? This looks wrong. Oh, I have this on backwards. That's why I'm like, this looks wrong because it was wrong. On. I was putting the small side on. Wrong side. What? Okay, so this should go like this. Whoops. Maybe I have the wrong part, maybe the wrong hand, the wrong finger, like the wrong side. I don't think I do. I do. This is the wrong hand. Okay. Huh. I did this wrong. I guess they had Ivory in her right to censor form to get knocked down immediately. Lord Crashington did not see Ivory enter the Rumble. Did not get there before I stopped watching to stream. So would not be surprised to have Ivory there. Would not be surprised that that is the costume that she was, the gear that she was wearing. But again, that's not a thing that I have any knowledge of because I didn't see it. All right, so I apparently was doing the wrong hand here. So I got to see if I can disconnect this. I don't know if it matters anything, but got the wrong hand on here. But yeah, I mean, yeah, they bring people in for a paycheck, right? Melina came in at number 2, went out the first person to go out. That's a rarity. Usually the 1 and 2 are in there for a bit. You don't have the number 1 eliminate the number 2 immediately. But, I joked around. Melina must have had a flight to catch. She must have had a flight to catch. Okay, so can I separate these two? Because this is number 1, which it was on the wrong hand. I don't know if 2 and 3 are identical enough. But apparently 1 and 4 are not identical. Let's see. Let's see if I use the other parts here. If I really fuck something up or just kind of fuck something up. I think I really fucked something up here, but we're going to find out because I might have just kind of fucked something up. It's fun. It's always fun to, at the very last thing you have to do for a model kit, be very worried that you screwed up. It is a great feeling. I think we'll be okay. These are just complicated and weird hands, and it'll be fine. So yeah, I got Peacock Premium. I'll be checking a few things out. I'll probably be like tweeting, like you'll see a tweet from me like tomorrow that is probably something to the effect of, "Hey, does anybody have any recommendations for things I can watch on like, hey, what should I be checking out on Peacock because I have a subscription for a month, so I don't have to see ads, which is nice." All right, so it looks like we got this hand. This hand is going to be fine. I didn't do a great job, but I did an okay job. We got one hand done. We'll leave this off so I can panel line it before it goes on the kit, and then we'll just do the other hand. So let's see. Things I want to talk about tonight. I mentioned this before, and I got a DM from somebody asking. I got a 1 year Peacock sub through my SP, so that was nice time to catch this. Nice, Lord Crashington. That's cool. I got an email about this, so I'll mention it. Somebody was asking me to be on a panel, which is very kind of them, for PAX East. I am not going to PAX East. I would love to go to PAX East. Here's the real thing. We talked about it a bit on Thursday and Wednesday. I don't feel comfortable going. And if I was going to go and I was going to get some help to go, right? If somebody was going to be like, "Hey, we really want you there," which was probably going to happen. The understanding would be that I would do something big for them. And I can't promise them something big. I can't promise them talent. And what I certainly don't feel comfortable doing is encouraging other people to attend or to attend with the purposes of being on a big panel that I would produce, right? I don't feel comfortable being like emailing people and being like, "Hey, are you thinking about PAX East this year?" Like that doesn't make me feel, that doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel right to me. So I am not interested in doing that. And if it was just like, "Oh, I'm going to do Pat Bear's Anime Club," I'm sure I can find somebody that likes anime. Like, that's one thing. That doesn't feel great. But if I'm going to do like a big fucking cool event, like a big event, then I got to like have people there. And I was just not comfortable doing that. And then also, if I got to do that big event, I got to go to New York and get a wrestling belt. Because there's a wrestling belt that is currently in a storage unit in New York City, in Brooklyn. And I need that if I'm going to do something with it. I mean, I don't necessarily need it, especially since I didn't chat with the person who is the champion to say like, hey, what about flying to Boston? I didn't check with him on that at all. I didn't check with anyone because I I'll say this. Uh, Make sure that storage unit hasn't been storage ward. No, John. First off, John, hello. Second of all, yeah, my stuff is good. I have a friend, like, I could get a friend who has a key to mail me stuff that's in there. I don't know. I know pretty much exactly where the stuff that I would need is. So I could do that. I could be like, hey, will you do this? Because I do have a friend with access to that storage unit for emergencies. And I guess I could be like, hey, I need you to get me some stuff. So I theoretically I could do that, but I as of right now haven't felt the need to do that. Um, Maybe someday I will need to be like, Anyway, I'm not going. It's okay. I already know a few people that are going, and I'm excited for them. And I hope they have a great time. But yeah, I'm not making it. It's gonna be weird missing my first PAX East ever. Like I missed PAX West last year, um, and but here's the thing. That was my first PAX West that I had missed in a while, but I didn't go to every one. I've been to every PAX East. This will be the first PAX East that happens where I am not there. I didn't do a panel until the second one. The first one I was just going to hang out. Um, but I've been to every PAX, and so it's very East. So it's very strange that I'm going to miss it. But I am going to miss it, and I don't feel too bad about that. Like I feel bad about like going, but I don't feel bad about like the idea. I felt worse about the idea of planning is what I've said there, and you know that's kind of where it stands. But yeah, um, so yeah, that's kind of it as far as that con goes. Um, I did get a question somebody asked me. This was so that this felt like relevant. If I was checking out the new Yu-Gi-Oh PC game, and the answer to that is I am somebody that at one time in my life really did enjoying dueling. I did like to duel, but it's been a very long time since I dueled. And the game has didn't stop when I stopped. It kept going, and it feels unapproachable. It feels like the idea of in the year 2022, me getting into Yu-Gi-Oh seems laughable. It seems humorous that I would like now in my this time of my life be like, now's the time for me to get into dual monsters. Like I just it's not gonna happen. Like I'm not gonna get into it this year. But I do have a soft spot in my heart for the game. I really like it. Just summon Blue Eyes White Dragon, right? Yeah, but there's like here's the thing. I already know that when I stopped, there were Blue Eyes White Dragon fusions. There's Ultimate Dragon, and then there's a way to put Black Magician Rider on the dragon. But I'm sure there's like 8 different better ways to do that and 8 different better dragons at this point that I haven't seen and don't know anything about. The game left me, and that's fine because I didn't try to keep up with it. Like it was mutual. There, it was like, hey, I'm gonna stop buying the the Game Boy Advance games, and then later the DS games, and learning this. And the game was like, all right, well, we're gonna keep going and adding new rules and new cards. And I was like, yeah, all right, have fun. I hope you have a good time. And I hope that I have a couple friends who are playing it, and they're really loving it. Um, and look, I'm sure there's like a Twitch streamer out there that does all like, so you want to get into dual monsters. Like I could go in there and learn. There's probably like YouTube tutorials that could really like get like a primer to get into the game. And then today someone shared a like turn one victory. Somebody's deck won a match on their first turn, and they went first. So like the game was just like, okay, main phase 1, bunch of moves, the end of the game. And I was like, I don't know if that's atypical or typical, but that's not for me. No thanks. I'm going to keep playing Hearthstone, which is complicated, but I've been playing it long enough that I understand how and why it's complicated. It is a game that is complicated for enough for me, but I know it. And the onboarding process, like once you learn, like it's annoying to learn all the keywords and the fact that they're old keywords they don't use anymore, but you can still get it. It's still a game you can pick up. Uh, so yeah, I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good on that. All right, I have finished the hands. These hands are done. They don't really need much panel lining. Our gun hands here are completed. So we can attach them here, and then we are basically mostly body complete. There's a cool thing we can do with this, but first we'll take a photo of it. I'll take a good photo here. Where's my phone? There's my phone. Couldn't remember where my phone was, friends, and then I found it. All right, let's get a photo here of our Zeong with hands. There's our Zeong with hands. Hell yeah. I tried playing Magic the Gathering a while back. It did not go well. See, that's the thing, right, Harold? Like, I played Magic the Gathering when it first came out, and I have thought about getting into it because I've had friends that wanted to play. And getting into Arena would be the way for me to get into it. But there's just so much to learn, and it's just like that just feels like no, no, no. The way to get into it is to get a few starter decks with your friends and figure it out as you go. In my opinion, that is not a game that is pick up and play. That's my opinion. There are people that have other opinions, and they are entitled to their other opinions. All right, so we've got the one way of doing this kit. There's another way of doing this kit that involves these hands coming off and being on wires, and that's why we have 3 stands. So we're going to be assembling this with the 3 stand method, so that we can do the cool shit with it. We're going to do this like this, yeah. All right, so then we got to go. I'll figure this out here. Basically, we're going to do. We gotta crank this back here. And we'll crank it like this. We're going to do a method where the hands come out and there's cool wire coming out to indicate the idea that they are removable and can go out into space. So we got to do that in a hot minute here. Get this kind of like this. And then go to that. Yeah. Oops. And we'll get like that. All right, then we're going to put some things on here to kind of show that element up, or show that way to do it. I may have to rearrange these. I don't know yet, but we'll get there. Let's build the things that we need here. We need these here. And later, I think, I don't know. We'll figure this out. I'm going to figure all this out. 3. Yeah. Show this part off. Other things I want to talk to you about tonight. I'm doing all right here in the old homestead. I'm getting kind of comfortable again. Being alone, doing whatever. I just want it to be less cold. It's just so cold. Like, I would love to go out for a walk without wearing so many layers. And I know that it's cold in other places. Like, I don't have snow right here, so I am already doing pretty damn good because I'm not dealing with the snow. But I know that it could be fucking warmer around here, so I could feel more comfortable walking around doing that. That would be pretty nice. I don't get that right now, but I could in the future have it be somewhat more comfortable, so I could move around a little bit more. That'd be pretty good. I'm looking forward to that, for it to warm up around here, so that I can leave the house feeling a little bit better about that. But again, we're not there yet. We could be there soon. We're not there yet. Okay. All right. So we got to pull these out here. I have now done this the way it wants me to. And how do these go? Okay. So we want to try to set this up. So I'm going to put that like this. Okay, so this is going to go all the way back here. Then these are going to go in the front spots. Like this. Oh, this is okay. It's supposed to be 70 tomorrow for Lashbrook. Hell yeah, Lashbrook. I hope it is. I hope you get a nice, lovely day. That'll be rad. Yeah. My folks are in Florida right now. My folks are in Florida, and they're looking for where they are. They are about to receive the coldest day in 11 years. For like so they're not looking forward to that tomorrow. And I was like, oh no, that sounds bad. Harold says 43 here. Yeah. It's cold here as well. Let me go check the old weather index here. Let me see what the weather says for this neck of the woods. Oh yeah. It's 27 degrees right now. So that's awful. As one can imagine, it's real cold. Tomorrow looks like we're getting a high of 50 degrees, which is better. But then Thursday, by the time we get to Thursday, we're getting a high of 67, and that sounds rad. But yeah, it's fucking cold. And this room got better heating. We got some better heating here. It's still not good. We got new windows, and that has made it better in this area. But Lord Crash says it's 7 here in Ohio. That's cold as shit. That's very fucking cold, Latchbrook. Or Lord Crash, sorry. Yeah, that's real cold. And my apologies. All right, so let me see if I can show this well here on the overhead. But basically what's happening is I am taking off the arms. Taking off the arms here. And then I will cut these wires. But basically, the hands are going to go... Where does this look? Where does this go? There's a spot that this should go into, and I don't know where that is. Give me a moment to figure that. Oops. It's like one of those 7 feels like 10 -10 situations. Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe Dirty brings up a good point. Sometimes that does. You get that like cold that feels like even colder. Okay, so there's a spot in here that this should lock into. The problem is I don't know where that is on this hand, and I can't find it. But this should lock into someplace on this hand. Someplace on this hand should have a spot where these will lock into. And I don't know where that is. And so doing this cool pose with the hand sticking out feels like it's going to be tough to do if I don't know how it works. So sorry. Give me a moment here. Yeah, I want to put the wire there. And then there's a spot the hand says that it goes into. But where that spot is, I can't see. Weird. That's so weird. No, that doesn't work. Huh. Was it the actual hand itself? No, that's not right. I'm looking at this. Pull back. Oh, you pull it back. Okay, I missed a step. Yes, there is a big picture here. I missed a step. So these slide out like this, and when they slide out like that, then there is room for this to pop into, I guess. And I didn't understand that. So that is what needs to happen here. And I guess when that pops open, there's now room for this to do. Yes, okay. There it is. Great. So that's what happens. Pull these out, and then there's room. That makes sense. I just wasn't looking at it well enough. These pop open, reveal a spot to shove those things in. Okay, so then we can do the hands here. We can kind of just like turn them a little bit, get a little cool pose. Then I don't need a lot of this wire to do this, but I do need some wire. So we'll do some wire here. We'll just pop this. Okay. And then we'll just do like a little more than we need so that we can. And there, that looks cool. I think, yeah, you can see that. Okay, that's a good shot for you to be able to see what I'm doing here. And then we just use this wire, the other part of this wire here. Put that in there. And then do like here. I might as well keep this whole other wire for other shenanigans. And there we go. That looks rad. You can see that from above there. And then I can show you this right here. Now I got cool extended hands. Cool extendo hands. This is unnecessary weirdness to give you 3 of these stands just to do this, but it does look fucking cool. Oops, came apart. Should have taken a photo before I started showing it off. That's me goofing around. All right. So I'm going to get ready to show a cool photo of this. We'll get like cool hands photo. Save this here. And take a photo, and then we'll be done with the Zeong. That is basically the final step. There are runners I can put on this kit. I do have the parts to put runners on this if you just want to have like the landing gear down and you didn't want to put it on a stand, but I'm not even going to worry about that. I don't need that shit. If I'm going to display this, is going to be on a stand like this. I probably won't do it on the 3 stand with the hands coming out. I will most likely, when I display this, because I will display it, it'll just be the 1 stand version. And then I'm also going to keep this adapter, which will let me make this 1 stand here for regular 144 kits. And I'm going to keep that because I'm probably going to use this stand in the future for other model kits. So let me just get kind of a photo here of all these hands. Great. And that's our Zeong. That is our Zeong real grade. Final thoughts from Pat about the Zeong real grade. It's a fucking really fun kit. I haven't done a Zeong in I haven't done a real grade in a little bit. The high new was fantastic. Modern real grades are fucking fantastic. They are just joy to build, top to bottom. Big old fan of them. I would recommend it. I think they are, it depends on the kit, but they right now are worth the price. Early real grades, like in the very beginning, I had a lot of issue with, and I am basically over those issues because they have gotten way better to build and to use. So I would say, yeah, pretty damn great these days. I mean, every model kit is expensive these days, so you might as well get something cool and big. Really want to build mine, but I already have my next kit picked out. I just keep putting it off. Lastbrook, I'm not telling you gotta build a model kit, because I'm not going to tell you gotta do anything. But model kits are fucking great and fun to build. So if you got the time, get into it. Get up to it, get into it, build it. There, and then and then we'll just kind of do the. I don't hate doing it like this, but I do think it looks better. It looks better in a different version here. Oops, hand came off because of course it did. Kind of the. kind of like doing like this. Yeah, I like that. I like it just way up high, getting a lot of height on this kit. Lord Crashington, I'm not watching right now, and so I don't want to talk about wrestling anymore. I will talk about it on Twitter with people tomorrow. I don't want to put up a no spoilers thing, but I'm not following along because I'm building a model kit. Often when it's like a Wednesday or a Monday, people kind of tweet about or chat about stuff about what's going on there, and I think that's fine. But this is a thing that I literally got the show to do it. Look, also, I'm not saying that what you're ewing. I'm going to guess what your ewing is, and I haven't come fully to terms with it. My assumption is that Ronda Rousey is coming back and is going to win the Women's Rumble because there are rumors that she signed a one-year deal with them, and you don't sign Ronda Rousey unless you want Ronda Rousey in WrestleMania, and that's how you get her to wrestle. You don't need her to win the Rumble, but that's an enticing thing to get someone that had a child not too recently to come back to wrestling for a year and make a bunch of money as you go, well, you could win the Royal Rumble. So I'm most likely guessing that I was going to be disappointed with the show. Look, here's the thing, Lashbrook. They got a lot of money because they laid off so many people. They laid off a ton of people, and they also were already making record profits before they laid off anyone. So yeah, they have the money for bad reputation. They got that money. I mean, look, assumptions being they paid Mickie James quite a bit of money to get her back for one night. That is an assumption anyway, but they still got some money. They still got some fucking money. But yeah, I'll be checking in on the WWE, and I'm sure that I'll be on Twitter, so I'll still see spoilers that I don't want to see. But I'll basically, finish this up, post some videos, start uploading the archive of this, and then go back and try to finish the pay-per-view where I left off. Or sorry, the network special. Anyway, enough of that bad feelings. It's time for other bad feelings, which is oh God, I gotta build this huge Lego set. I can't wait for this. There's nothing wrong with it. It rules. We're building a fucking huge Lego set. Hold on one second. It's time to build a child, which is a weird thing to say, but I also have to take marker out. We don't need markers. Oh, I didn't mention this earlier, but you could see it. We're currently at 44 out of 50 subscribers. I'd love to get back up to 50. I don't think we're going to do it tonight, but I would love by the end of the month to be at 50 subscribers. That would be rad. Again, like I said, I don't have to get there, but I would love to get there. We're building Lego The Child. This is a 1,037-piece kit. I will be knolling one bag at a time. Oh yeah, it does kind of look like the child is annoyed with you, Lashbrook. You're not wrong. We'll be doing 2 bags at a time. You know what? Actually, we should just do 1 bag at a time. Here's the thing, because they're going to be extra pieces, and sometimes those extra pieces just get in the way of the building. So let's just do 1 bag at a time. I already got a bunch of bags ready to go. I don't know how many bags there are because I got to look in the box, but right now I've got several bags ready to go. And what we'll do is we'll just save a little bag here. The nice thing about the way that my stream setup is set up here, my streaming setup is set up. That's fun. The nice thing about this is I can just leave all this Lego on the desk in between streams, which is great. But we will still save a bag. Kits this big do come indeed with their own brick separator, which is the only tool we need for this job. Because I don't believe there are any stickers for this kit that we have to worry about. I will occasionally keep some tools around handy for emergencies, but for the most part, brick separators got you covered if we fuck up, which is nice because maybe we'll fuck up. So I am going to be separating by color. I'm not going to be doing a detailed knolling. which was a Wordle word not too long ago, and I almost didn't get it. I looked at it for a very long time before I was like, wait, is it Noel? Oh shit, it's Noel. And I was very proud of myself. And then I never give hints on Twitter because I'm not that kind of person, but I do often just be like, oh, I should have gotten this. Oh, I had two thoughts. This should have been done in four. Last night, which is today's, because I play it basically after midnight. Um, I don't want to brag or anything, but I got it second. I got 2 out of 6. That has never happened before, and I don't think it'll ever happen again. But I did get 4 out of 6, and I felt pretty fucking smart about that shit. Or 2 out of 6, I should say. Yeah, I'm normally 4 out of 6 or 5 out of 6. I rarely do. If I'm not gonna get it in 5, I'm not gonna get it. I just don't know what this word is. There's no helping me. I'm just out of luck. I'm putting in words that aren't words. Hey, look at this tiny child. This isn't even a minifig. This is a microfig. This is there's these legs don't move. This is the teeniest. Why is this so teeny tiny? It's just so itty bitty. It's itty bitty meanie. What's going on? What's happening there? Anyway, I'm just going to be color separating this to make my life easier. We're not doing a full detailed Noel. We're just doing a Noel separating. Lashbrook, oh, you built it. Good job. Very funny, Lashbrook. But yes, I'm now done with it. There you go. I'm done. 2 pieces. A lot of extra pieces in this kit. Let's see. Other things before we do our pause for the cause, which is coming up. We're not there yet. We're not there yet, folks. Relax. Fucking relax. I'm getting some good response to my top 10 list for giantbomb.com. And generally, the responses are people that like the anime that I'm mentioning, and so they agree with me, and they're like, great job, you're right. People who are, either accurately to them or jokingly being like, what? No, odd taxi? Fake, this isn't a good list or whatever. And that's fine because there's so much anime out there and there's shit that I don't like that other people like. And they're not wrong for liking that stuff. They're wrong for telling me I'm wrong for not liking the things that they like, but they're not wrong for liking those things. And my favorite comment, which is, ooh, some suggestions of things for me to check out, which is the fucking reason I do this stuff. Why I talk about manga and manhwa. Why I talk about anime is, one, it's fun to talk about these things, and I'm not a critic, but it is fun to think critically about some things and talk about them. And two, it's fucking rad when people are like, I watched the thing you recommended and I liked it. Or even when they're like, I watched the thing you recommended. This is not for me. I don't know, Pat. I don't know about this one. And it's like, yeah, I get it. Sure. I don't know about this one either sometimes. But yeah, I think that's been good. But the reception has been pretty great. I haven't gotten to what I haven't seen anyway. And look, it could be out there. I don't read the Giant Bomb subreddit. I barely check in on the Discord. I'm mostly talking about the comments on that on the actual list over at Giant Bomb. And the comments on the Giant Bomb list have been mostly, or basically, there haven't been a lot of why is this a thing? Which is great, because I don't want to answer that. Because the answer to that is an easy answer. The answer to that is, I asked them, Rory asked me if I wanted to do a list this year, and I said, sure. You can say no if you don't, I want to do a list. I don't want it to be video games. I want it to be another anime list. Is that okay? With the understanding that, hey, if you're restructuring the guest lists and you're restructuring, if you have, we kind of want it to be about video games, you can tell me and no hard feelings, but I don't want to do a video game list because I haven't played enough games to really justify it. I don't know if I have a top 10 list. I might have to start adding games I actively didn't enjoy, like Boyfriend Dungeon, which I overall not a big fan of. But like I played it, so would I have to talk about that? And Rory was like, "Nah, do whatever you want." And I was like, "Great. Well, then it's going to be another anime recommendation list." Do I like that Rory chose to do the top 10 animes of 2021? No. I have no control over what Rory titled my list. I don't like that he said top 10 animes because it's animes, the plural and singular. Um, so I don't love that he did that, but that's the match with the top 10 games, I guess. Uh, I don't enjoy that. If I had my preference, it would say top 10 anime of 2021. But yeah, it is interesting to see people's responses. I hope some people check out some stuff that I liked, uh, especially since my list is very different from other people's top 10 lists uh, out there. But yeah, there are some of the usual suspects of like no odd taxi, somebody saying like how could Skate the Infinity not be on your list? And it's just like, yeah, I mean, people like different anime. So I'm glad people like stuff, but I don't necessarily have to like the things that other people like. They're free to like what they like. The same way that I know there's a bunch of stuff on my list that people would not enjoy, that I am sure they would not enjoy because it's weird shit. Like, why? Yeah, I don't know. The lists are good. I've got myself a little bit of list. I haven't started playing anything that other people have been recommending. Um, I think I want to try that vampire game. That's the top-down roguelike that that is basically just Metroid. Uh, the Zeong looks great. Yes. Oh my wings. We did finish up our Zeong. I'll show it over here. We're moving on. We finished up the Zeong and now we're moving on to some Lego. But we did finish it up. Yeah, this stream was like a wrap up and then we'll start the new thing. But we did. Oh yeah, this real grade has been a fantastic build. It was excellent to do. Uh, really lovely details. You're not wrong. But we did wrap that up, which I'm happy about because real grades do take a while. I mean, they turn out great. The high new that we did and the last year, yeah, was really good. And this one has been also great. And now we're moving on to a giant Lego set, 1,037 pieces. The Child from The Mandalorian, a giant Lego set that I was gifted for Christmas that I was not expecting. Lastberg says, I'm only like, hey, and Golem says, finally catching a live stream. Happy to have you here. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Lastberg says, I'm only like halfway through day 2 of the Giant Bomb game of the year, but Guilty Gear Strive got completely robbed and best style and best looking. Guilty Gear is in the same way that Persona 5 Strikers wasn't going to win that. Neither of those categories say original, but original I think is a little bit implied in them, and I think they should be more clear about that. I don't, but I do think that like a game that maybe is, really good looking, but isn't like hitting the same way. That's a shame. Maybe it should. Maybe it should totally count, but I don't know. Okay, so we got to connect some pieces out here. Like we're doing this twice, so we'll get these ready here. The lovely thing about doing Lego is you can fuck up and then you'll just have to restart. You'll just pick up where you left off. Figure out what you got to fix and fix it. So we're okay on that in case things get a little wonky. So we need 5 for one and then 5 for the other. But yeah, I'm slowly going through guest lists for Giant Bomb. Like I said, the Vampire Survivor game that's really just a Metroid. It's like a, I definitely want to check that out. It's like a little bit of a bullet hell, but somehow also a Metroid or Castlevania game. Like it's definitely a Castlevania game. And I was like, I kind of want to play that. But yeah, I'm slowly going through guest lists to try to check out some stuff that I haven't heard of, which is the best part of the Giant Bomb guest list. He's just like, yeah, there's going to be somebody who's going to be like, I'm going to talk to you about Ratchet and Clank. And it's like, cool. I think I know a lot about that, but sure. And then other people will be like, hey, did you hear about this itch game? I'm like, no, I didn't. What the fuck is this? So it is kind of cool. Last we're talking a little more about Guilty Gear Strive. A lot of camera work they did in Dragon Ball that informed how they do things in Strive. That is cool. That is stuff that I haven't necessarily heard about. So the non-spoiler for the Rumble. Someone's pyro caught the WrestleMania sign on fire? Question mark. Okay. I mean, I'll see it. Again, yes, I would like to be if possible, we can avoid spoilers about the Rumble, because I was watching it before the stream and I will continue to watch it after the stream. Okay, if those things come up, but I would like to avoid them if at all possible, because I am planning on continuing to watch it. Well, hopefully that was on purpose, because someone has pyro and not an accident, and people are like, freak the fuck out. I hope Michael Cole is okay, because the announcers are generally right by the sign. All right, so we got to put this like this. Yeah, all right. Connecting them, getting this done. But yeah, I'm going to slowly go through some video games, and hopefully I'll be able to talk about those. I don't know how many I'm going to pick up or play, but I have been itching. I have been itching. Not I am itching. I have been itching for something new to play, because I'm still playing Hearthstone basically daily, and my Halo crew is, some people have been getting pulled into some other video games, or they're like, oh, wow, I've been playing too many video games. So that's a bad sign. My Halo crew is slowly dwindling, and I'm a little worried that we're going to have some trouble getting some people to keep up on the shit. So I'm hoping. Oh, wow, last week. Okay, so that does sound like it was not on purpose then. Shit. Well, I hope people are okay. That's fucked up. But yeah, all right. So let's see, how many of this up is this? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 up. Then 3, and then 4 out there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that one there? And then, but yeah, I'm a little worried that my Halo crew has kind of gotten just like a little bored with playing. Because I don't mind playing with strangers, but I don't really love playing like capture the flag with a team of randos, who are just like playing it like Slayer. Like that shit sucks, and I don't necessarily want to do that. So I'm open to find some other stuff to play. And yeah, the lists are always great for those like weird little gems that I never heard of. And hopefully I can at least find something that I wouldn't mind playing here on a Wednesday, and hang out with all of you playing some games. I think this Wednesday, I haven't quite figured it out, because this coming Wednesday will be the first Wednesday of the month. I think I'm going to do Pokemon, because I haven't played Pokemon Fire Red randomizer in a while. So I think it's time to do that, because I think it's been too long. I think we'll go back to that. Right now, this doesn't look like anything, which makes sense, right? Because I believe we're doing an inner frame here of something. It's fun, because I'm just like, is this ever going to look like anything? Right now, this is all like internals, and so like, no, I don't think this is gonna. Yeah, this is not gonna look like anything right now. We're just like building platforms. It's like we're building like the inside of a tower or something. I'm like, okay. Oh yeah, they can show you what this looks like there. That looks like That's like that. Okay, and 3. All right, great. Looks like I've got these lined up properly. Let's double check. 2, 4, 5. 2, 4, 5. Okay, great. Um, good stream, but have you played Damn Dog yet? I have not, Last Rick. I don't know what that is. So, what is this? I'm going to click on this here. Current rounds, global right. Learn more here. It's a GitHub thing called Damn Dog. A WikiHow picture guessing game. It's a game where you show an actual WikiHow illustration and you have to figure out which actual WikiHow article it belongs to. Pull request, welcome. What's with the name? The name actually came first. I was surprised to find the domain damn.dog was not already taken, so I had to get it for myself and then you had to figure out what to do with it. This sounds awesome. I have no idea if I'm going to, if this would be good for the stream, but I am indeed going to check out damn.dog because that's nonsensical. That Lashbrook, thank you for the suggestion of damn.dog. I'm going to be taking a look at that. That actually does feel like a good stream game. That does feel like a good, bad time to just be like, hey, let's do this. Would it be the whole stream? Of course it wouldn't be. But it might be a fun thing to do like while we're waiting for like people to show up or something before like a Jackbox stream or something. That could be really fun. So I will investigate further. And I appreciate the suggestion. Yeah, I might just do like a little game stream, you know, like find a couple things in people's top tens and do like a whatever. That might be like at the very least that might be an option for folks to vote on because I do like to do the like, hey, what are we gonna do? It definitely led me to look up an article because I could not believe it existed. Yep, that makes sense. That sounds right. Yeah, because I'm sure there's a few that you're just like, wait, what? What the fuck? What are we looking at here? Okay, so this is going to go here. I really like that the outline in red to tell you the new parts that need to go in. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, like this is all outlined in red. This is outlined in red here. I'm just like, hey, these are the new parts. This is the old shit. That's very fucking helpful. The Pokemon Mega Constructs do that, and it's like, mwah, fantastic. So I'm happy this does it as well. We'll get a little bit more done here, and then we'll take a pause for the cause and talk about ways you can support the channel and do all that shit. But let's get a little bit of this going here. Try to get through some of bag 1, and then we'll get into bag 2. I'm gonna say, actually, the third Wednesday of this month will be my my Patreon choice stream because the second Wednesday of the month, which will be the 9th, will be me like talking about the results of the anime awards, the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, because they're announcing the results on. Because not doing a live show, they're just going to announce the results on the 9th, and so the next Monday would be the next day for Pat Bear's Anime Club. Technically, the latest episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club, which came out on Thursday, would be Monday's episode. It's me doing the accompaniment of the video, but I don't want to put out one on Thursday and then a new one on Monday. That's not going to work because it's every other Monday. So we're just saying that one came out a little early. It's just what I'm jokingly saying. Because it was either going to come out on Thursday or Friday. Like, that's the schedule. So I was like, sure, I'll just put that out. Fine. I'm not mad about it. All right. We'll put these on here. So I'm gonna get on like that, and on like that, like that. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So the third Wednesday of this month of February will be like the Patreon choice. I believe, yeah. Well, I'm looking at a calendar right now. Thrilling, I know. Yeah, the second will be Pokemon Fire Red randomizer because we haven't done that in quite some time. I don't even know where we left off there. The 9th will be Pat Bear's Anime Club Live talking about the Crunchyroll Awards. The 16th will be Patreon's Choice, and then the 23rd will be some other video game. Often it's what didn't win Patreon's choice that I kind of want to play, like a Jackbox or a Pokemon or something. Um, but that'll be the month because there's February is a short month, friends. You don't have to hear. I don't need to tell you that. You knew that. It's a short month, so not always a ton of stuff. All right, let's do this last thing here. We're really building this tower up. We'll do one more step here, and then we'll take a pause for the calls and talk about ways you can support the channel, and then we'll get back into working on this Lego. And it's going to be a long time before this looks like anything, and that's fucking okay. I think that's fucking fine. This should be lined up. It's not lined up exactly like this? Okay, that's weird. I figured this would be parallel, but it's not. I think. Right? Yeah. Yeah, because that's the 1, and so this is the 2. That's 1, 2, 3, and then it's that. 1, 2, 3, and then it's that. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so these are opposite. So there you go, do, and then go there. I was surprised to see the GB Letter of the Year category was actually about letters and not like Apology of the Year. Yeah, no, it was honestly just a J gag. Like, it's just the fact that everyone that works there is now their name starts with the letter J. And then there are other people, obviously. I mean, for a little while they had Danny on the podcast, and then they had Ben on the podcast, but now it's just all J's. And then, Rory. Rory's the only regular employee of Giant Bomb that doesn't have a J in his first name. Yes, they went on an R, Rory voting out R so quickly. Yes. I mean Jory. You're right. I do mean Jory, Aristophan. Apologies to Jory. Matt Jory. Jat Jory's. Jat doesn't sound good. Matt Jory. We're going to go with that. Jat. Jatt? No, thank you. No Jats. No Jats allowed. Doesn't sound great. All right, we got another step here, of course, because we're building so much goddamn Lego. But we can't get into that yet. We got to take a pause for the cause. What's a pause for the cause, you might be asking? Because maybe not everyone is here at every stream, so you don't necessarily know. Here we go. Hey, this is the time for me to talk about ways that you can support the channel. You're under no obligation to do any of the things I'm about to talk about here. But if you'd like to, oh, that would be fucking rad. First and foremost, if you're currently a subscriber, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe emote in the chat. Becoming a subscriber is the easiest way to support what I do here. The Scythe emote you get for being a tier 2 subscriber. The other 2 emotes are for you, for regular subscribers, the $5 a month ones. And it is the easiest way to support what I do here, and I appreciate it very much. You are under no obligation to support me here through using Cash Money, your credit card, or from linking your Amazon Prime with your Twitch and getting that Prime Gaming token and using it on me. But if you want to do that, you could. You could gift a sub. You could join the gift sub leaderboard with Aristophan. Aristophan's given like over 70 subscriptions and also has 10 this month, which is ridiculous. Thank you, Aristophan, for that. That's very kind of you. But if you would like to gift the sub, you could, and that would be another way to support with you. If you wanted to convert your gifted sub to a regular subscription, you could do that. We are currently at 44 out of 50. You can see it there. Would love to get up to 50 by the end of the month. We don't have to, but it was something that I would love to do. It'd be nice. So we could do that. Also, bits and coins always appreciated. You could join Harold and Baby Gresh with those gifted bits, which would be nice. If you're like, Pat, I don't want to hear about any ways to support you. I just want to watch you build Lego, and then you're probably going to talk about anime, right? The answer to that is yes, I will do that, and we'll get to that. But we got to do the pause for the cause first. I got to do my quote-unquote ad read. I also have a Patreon. If you're like, I don't want to support you through Twitch, but I would support you financially monthly, Pat, you can join my Patreon at patreon.com/PatBear. There's a $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. Today, this very day, I sent out a Q&A that is exclusive to Patreon. Nobody else gets those. Ghost Valve, welcome. Only my Patreon gets this Q&A, is the most exclusive thing, and you get that for $1 a month, or you get more things for more money as the tiers go up. That is another way to support what I do here. I have a YouTube channel at youtube.com/PatBear. You should subscribe because it's free and it doesn't cost you nothing and it doesn't hurt you nothing. And it would be great for me if you subscribed at youtube.com/PatBear. And if you wanted to, you join. For $2 a month, you get my Wednesday videos. And right now, my Wednesday videos are a video project I'll talk about in a little bit. But you get those videos on Tuesday. And that's the least I can do, is give it to you a little early. Also, I offer direct donations because monthly doesn't work for everybody, and I get that. But maybe you would be interested in doing a more often, jumping in there and do like a one-time thing, just like, well, once in a while, because you don't want to do monthly. I get that. That'd be fine. Everything I make through direct donations, through Patreon, through YouTube, through Twitch, goes into a fund, and I take money out of that and buy model kits. That does not count for this kit. This was a gift from my parents, which is very kind of them. But the other things are, yeah, they come from that. I have to buy model kits. I got a bunch of model kits waiting to build. The Zeong was partially money out of the fund, and then also a gift card I got at Christmas. So that's why I bought something ridiculously expensive like the Zeong. That was a fucking expensive model kit. Speaking of model kits, I got an Amazon wish list, and on that wish list, I have model kits. And if you wanted to buy one of those kits for me, you could do that. It comes to me in the mail. I will build it on stream ahead of things. So if you want to make sure that the thing that I build after I finish the child Lego set is something that you want to see, well, you could buy it on my wish list and I'll build it. There's some pre-order stuff in there. There's Lego sets, model kits, inexpensive kits, very expensive kits. All kinds of stuff here. I put in a new thing, more Star Wars. I put in a Boba Fett plastic model kit. This looks cool. It's just Boba Fett. It's a 1/12 scale of Boba Fett. I'll build that. That looks neat. Inexpensive kits, very expensive kits, and some gear at the bottom. And I added in, I need a new HDMI cable that's longer than my other one. So I want to get a 10-foot cable because that's really fucking long. Basically, my monitor, my third monitor that I'm pointing at right now, the cable I have that goes to my computer, it's HDMI, is just long enough, but I would love my computer to be a little further away from my monitors. So a 10-foot cable, it could be very far away. It would just be extra cable. Anyway, I put that up there. If you want to buy me an HDMI cable, you could buy that. Because sometimes people are like, I want to support you, Pat, but not for like $40 fucking support you, Pat. And I'm like, I get that. I get that shit. Other things. Alternative to that would be USA Gundam Store. You go to USA Gundam Store and you could buy a gift card there. And then you could then get a code in your email with that gift card and then send me a DM on Twitter, because my DMs are open, with that gift card code. And that'll be great. And you just buy me a gift card. A way to support me that does not involve money would be to jump into my Discord. I post build photos at the end of every stream. People post stuff they're working on. If you've been in that Discord for a while and you've been making something, maybe you're making something like out of clay, maybe you built a bookshelf, maybe you put together an IKEA table, throw a photo up there. You're working on a jigsaw puzzle and you're almost done with that, throw that up there. We love to see it over there. You can also always tweet images at me if you'd rather not post to a Discord or be in a Discord. I get that too. A couple of video links for me to share with you before we get back into Lego building. First off, I want to share the Giant Bomb top 10 list. As mentioned, the fine folks at Giant Bomb have once again allowed me to talk about anime on their website. And so I did, and I talked about 10 series, and I mentioned a couple, at least one in there that didn't make the top 10. And then in the comments, I mentioned a couple other ones that were good, but didn't break through the top 10. And occasionally, reasons why. Pat Bear's Anime Club, this current episode is my top 10 list, but in video format. If you'd rather hear me talk about the shows that I liked instead of just reading it, I go into a little bit more detail because it's video and I'm rambling and I don't write scripts for that. And then Do You Remember is my weekly video series where I read an article, most likely from Wikipedia. One of these days, I'll read something that isn't Wikipedia and do a summary. And then I try to remember everything I can about it, and hopefully in a comedic and maybe even educational manner. And this week's is talking about the seminal hit from Blur called Song 2, their second hit in the United States. Not their first hit, thought it was, but Song 2, their big alternative rock anthem that was unlike anything else the band had ever done. And I talk about that and remember what I can about Blur and Song 2, and a little bit about Britpop, which is a thing that I knew the name of, but really didn't know anything about. And then I'll drink a little water. I'm going to talk about a manga, and then I'm going to talk about some woohoo indeed, Harold. Woohoo indeed. We're going to talk about some manga and then talk about some anime. But first, I'm going to dramatically transition. The drama. Okay. The manga that I want to talk to you about tonight is called Sword, Tiara, and High Heels. It is an isekai. But it is different. It's not an isekai. I shouldn't say it. Sorry, it's not an isekai. It is a reincarnation story. Here's the thing. This is a manga, and it's good because we haven't actually talked about that much manga lately. Mostly we've been talking about manhwa. So here's the thing that I've noticed. Often, when a gentleman is reincarnated as a lady, they are weak. And I think that shit sucks. And this story, our character is a knight that fails to save, dies and can't really save anything. And then it's reincarnated as a duke's daughter. And once again wants to become a knight, but weak body. And not just like weak because because it's a woman's body, but just like a weak body, but still wants to do right and can, when necessary, do the right thing, defeat the demons and go for it, but is certainly at a disadvantage. And I don't think this manga is very good. Do I need it to be the overpowered main character who kicks everyone's ass, defeats everyone, never has a moment's hesitation? No, I don't need it to be that kind of story. I've watched enough of those stories, and I enjoy those stories. Like, don't get me wrong, I do like those stories, but I've seen plenty of those stories, and we don't need that story here. So I don't mind the fact that it's like, oh, well, what happens if you're like, you have the drive to be a knight, but you can't. There's things that are going to keep you from doing that. The romance stuff, like, I like a good romance. And believe me, I like a good romance set in a fantasy world. I just think that, like, this story is definitely trying to be, like, a good version of this kind of tale, and it's just falling on its face. I like some of the supporting characters. I think some of the supporting characters are good. The guys who suddenly fall in love with our main character because she is so strong and she has real justice, whereas their justice is clearly just like, machismo. They're fine. Like, it's kind of justified why they fall in love with her. In some instances, like in some of these stories, to compare it to other stories, it's not as justified. But I don't know. I find when fantasy stories involve gender politics, they often fall flat. And those are generally not fun to check out. There's another story that's not Sword, Tiara, and High Heels, whereas there's like a girl gets a second chance and is basically she has like a time do-over, like a time loop. And it was like, oh, this is a badass knight who was betrayed, and she was awesome, and now she's like going about it, and she's gonna like, she knows who betrayed her, and she knows what she needs to do this time. She's gonna get like her revenge, and also make things right this time. And it's just like, okay, this is fucking cool as hell. I'm into it. But then it's like, and then she won't be ugly anymore because she's broken the curse. Because that was the thing that fucked her up the first time, was that she was ugly. Now that she's beautiful, everything's gonna go her way. And it's like, hey, no, it's the part where she like got a second chance and like knows who not to trust and who to trust and who not to trust. But like, why the fuck is it about her being hot this time? Like, what? What the fuck? That story, I just got infuriated with and did not finish. So that is not this story, at least, thank God. I can't remember the name of that one, but I was just like, ugh, this sucks. It was just like, well, now that she's hot, everything's better. And like, maybe there's going to be a point where she's just like, well, this guy was nice to me before and is nice to me this time too. But we haven't gotten there yet. I may have dropped a connector. We'll find out later if I am short one blue connector. Hopefully there's an extra, but I may have knocked one off the table here in my building. So we'll find out. Anyway, Sword, Tiara, and High Heels. I think there's like 8 chapters out, and I've read all 8 of them. I won't be continuing it. Yes, Lord Crashington. When Brock Lesnar came back most recently, he came back in a like, it's still farmer, but also like, what's up? Like, he's been wearing a lot of flannel. He definitely looks like a guy who self-quarantined for a very long time. And is just like, oh, I guess I'm gonna go back to work now. Gotta go back to the office. But the office is the wrestling ring. You're not wrong, Lord Crashington. Anyway, it's time to talk about some anime, and it's not all isekais. It's just 2 isekais and another series. Slow Loop is getting dramatic, and that isn't a negative. Slow Loop is mostly about fishing and 2 girls building a relationship who are now stepsisters and are trying to figure out how that works. And I think it handles the drama pretty well. It handles some heavy moments, I think, pretty successfully. I am appreciating Slow Loop. It maybe could do with more fishing. I could maybe do with a little bit more like information about fishing and how that shit works. I feel like I might be getting a little less than I would like. But it is the kind of slice of life chill anime that I've been looking for. I said this, I believe I said this on Thursday, but on Monday I will be checking out a few series that I haven't checked out yet, because I've been looking for a few things, and like, there's at least one slice of life that I'll give a shot because I've heard pretty good things about. But I haven't had a really solid slice of life since Non Non Biori had its last season last year. Like, it's been a while since I had like a slice of life that I was super into. Cute girls doing cute things kind of show. It's just been a hot minute, so I am anticipating. This one was something that I was looking forward to a lot, and it's been good. But usually this time of year is when we get a bunch of these. The winter season and spring season is when we get a lot of cozy slice of lives, and I'm hoping that spring gives it to us, because right now it is a little lacking. All right, so we got to put this on here, building this platform. What this platform does, I don't fucking know. But we only do 2 connectors on that one. Weird. Okay. And then flip it over. Got to flip this over. Ooh, I'm having I dropped some frames there. Sorry about that. Had a connection issue. Looks like we're back. My apologies. Hope it didn't disturb anybody. Okay, let's move on to talking about the strongest sage with the weakest crest. If you like the part in the isekai where somebody that knows that he's the main character is a reincarnation or whatever, if you like that part in your fantasy stories where the person who knows the deal shows up, we're there. If you like characters who are a little clumsy and cute and fun, we got the introduction. If you like dragons or mythical creatures that are posing as humans, hey, we're here. Iris is here, and Iris is a fun dragon who is just like doing her goddamn best. She is not used to having a human form. She is not used to like. She's just like, they're like, well, why don't you come to school with us? And she's like, I don't know anything about like human school. This doesn't seem like a thing. And they're like, yeah, it'll be fine. But she's the fourth member of the team. We're now locked into it. The manga goes way past where we are in the anime, and I think where we'll go for this, I don't think we're going to catch up with the manga. We might catch up with the manga, but I don't think we will. All right, so we got to go here, and then we got to put this through. What this does, I don't know. Here's the fun thing. I don't know what this is right now. Is this a leg? Is this the innermost thing? Is this the neck? I don't know if I can know what we're building here. It's fun. It's fun to figure it out. We'll find out together. All right, so it's got to go all the way through. All the way through. Doesn't reach that, though. Okay, but it doesn't actually reach the end there, so is there something else that connects it? It looks like it. This looks like it should reach there, but it doesn't. So I don't know. Oh, Lord Crashton wants me to hit the ska button. I'll hit the ska button. Thank you, Lord Crashington, for using your channel points for ska. All right, so we'll close this in. So right now, this doesn't connect here. It doesn't actually go into it, but it doesn't look like it needs to go in there. So I'm like not too worried about it. I don't know how it would. There's not another piece that this would be, so I think we're okay. I don't know. I think we're all right. I'll find out later if I fucked up, but I think I didn't. I think I'm doing okay. But yeah, this is not a tight fit here. So I assume that it's got to have some movement, and that's important. I don't know. Anyway, hey, if you like an overpowered main character, the strongest sage with the weakest crest is the anime for you. So far, Maddie has not worried about shit. He is just like, oh, I got like. Basically, they skipped a bunch of stuff from the light novel and the manga to get to the point where he is like, when he's born, people are like, oh no, he has the weak crest. He's not going to be strong. And he's just like, no, I know magic. Don't worry about it. I know how to combat magic. I'm fine. I know how to hold a sword. I'm good. We don't really even see that in the anime. There's like a flashback of like his brother who sucks, which is great. We don't have anything to do with his shitty brother. His shitty brother just basically gets ignored. It's awesome. Anyway, he's just an overpowered main character, and we don't worry about it. This dude does not worry about shit. He's just like, oh, demons are here? Fine. I'll kill them. No problem. There is a line in the latest episode where he's like, because he killed the demon, and then the king is like, take whatever you want out of the treasury, because I know you don't want land. And then at this point, the teacher, the principal of the school that he is in, he's just basically goes like, we're going to run out of stuff in the, I forget what exactly like the treasure room. It's like, oh, we're going to run out of treasures at this rate. Because he's just like wiping out monsters, having no problems with it. He's teaching, because the world has kind of like forgotten how to use like non-chanting magic because the demons infiltrated the schools to weaken humanity over time. And he's just like, all right, I guess I got to teach a bunch of people how to use magic better. I'll do that. Um, and it's just like things are going pretty great for him, and he is not worried about shit. And I kind of love that. I love that he's just like, okay, well, I'm gonna take care of business. Like, will he have worries at some point? Yeah, I'm at the point in the manga where he's starting to get worries, but I don't think we're gonna hit the end of this season of this anime with him ever like worried about anything, because that doesn't come for a ways. I mean, they've been flying through material, but I still don't think they're ready for that. So it's mostly just like if you need that the yeah, if you need that demon lord going to a school, like he's not a demon lord, but that kind of thing of like, okay, you just want a guy who is not facing adversity to show up and occasionally has like an awkward moment with a girl because he's not used to girls being interested in him. And just like flirty moments. You want like occasional flirty moments. Like there's a little bit of that, but mostly it's just an ass kicker kicking ass. And it's real fucking good. So that is the strongest sage of the week is Crest. It is like total like popcorn anime, and but totally fun. So I do recommend it. And then let's talk about our Realist hero rebuilt the kingdom, part 2. We have been a little bit. We are past where I have read the manga because this is based on a light novel and it's just going. So much the same way that Land of Leadale is now past that point. We are past the point where I know what's coming, and this is interesting because I started watching the show last year, and then got caught up on the manga while I was watching it, which was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that, but because then like the twists aren't there. So now I'm like, ooh, what's gonna happen here? And oh, this girl is interested in him, and like, ooh, like that's bad, and like, ooh, is he gonna end up with this person? He's got like secret fiancés. Like, how's this shit gonna work out? And so it is interesting to kind of like see where it's going because I don't know where it's going, and that hasn't happened to me in a while. Shit's still great. Soma is still handling stuff best he can, figuring stuff out, using his head while he tries to deal with some stuff. At some point, we're gonna have to deal with demons, and we just haven't yet. And I kind of fucking love that. And he's like, yeah. There's like there's a demon war and all that. I got to deal with these like land disputes and women that want to marry me. And I like that. I like that he's just like, I got other stuff to deal with here. We'll get to that later. Yeah, it's strong. I don't really have a lot else to say. I can tell you, there are a couple shows that I want to check out that I'll be checking out for Monday. I do want to check out the genius that wants to sell his kingdom or whatever. I can't remember the name of it. That is a show that I do want to check out that I have not checked out yet. I've heard good things about that. I have never read that manga. That is a guy. He is the crown prince, but he definitely does not want to have to do the work. So he is like, I would like my kingdom to be taken over, and then I can just retire. But he's also fucking really smart and really conniving and skilled. And he's like, he keeps like accidentally getting caught up in shit and getting stuff done. And I've heard good things about that. I want to check that out. But I haven't yet. Yeah, and I want to check out that. I want to check out that kind of like fun slice of life about the girl that wants to wear a sailor uniform to school. I don't know. That does sound cute. But I do want to check that out. I don't know. Okay. Just slowly building this tower. And that is all the anime and manga to chat with you about today. But now we can talk about video games, TV, YouTube. What are y'all checking out? What are you watching? What's on the agenda for y'all right now? Love hearing from you about that stuff. Always like to hear what you're getting into. As I said, I'm playing Halo when I can. I want to play more of it. My D&D crew met today. That was another thing I had to do today that was really fun. My regular D&D crew met up again for the first time in a while, and it was just fucking so sweet. It was so nice to get together with all those friends. It was just good, easy, relaxing time with a solid crew of people. My Echo Knight is like, now that my Echo Knight has like understood what an Echo is and realized that it's just another version of him, he's much more content, and that has been fun. But we got a pet. One of the people in our crew got a pet, and now I've decided that that my Echo Knight is very jealous of this pet. Um, and that so now I'm just getting in fights with a wolf, and that is just fucking fun. That is just fun to just being like jealous and weird with the wolf. Uh, I am constantly rolling like perception checks against the wolf. I decided I was just like, my Echo Knight, who is not going to do well in a perception check, is just like convinced the wolf is up to something, and so it's just like constantly being like, I just was like, I want to roll a perception check on the wolf. What's the wolf thinking about right now? What's the wolf up to? And if that gets annoying, I will stop doing it. But like I told people, I'm like, hey, if it gets annoying that I am constantly doing this weird shit, you just tell me. So that's bag one. Oh, we can now see that we are doing part of the body here. This is like this looks like it's going to be something on the kit here. Some kind of part of the cloak. So we're doing something here, which is good. But we got to get bag two open. So this is all extra from bag one, which is great. Means I probably didn't knock over things. So we'll save all our extra pieces. But I got to get bag two, and we can start knowing bag two while I read what y'all are talking about in there, about what you're up to. Lord Crashington says, I got the new Pokemon, which I believe is an isekai, since your character falls from the void in the sky to the old version of Japan, as the first Pokedex is being worked on. Yeah, at the very least, it's a time travel. I don't know if it is an isekai, but it's definitely time travel, because you might be from like the Kanto region and just traveling back in time, but it is at very least, it is a time that a time scenario. You've gone back in time, and now you are going to the early Pokemon training, which I love the idea of that. That just sounds awesome. Dirty says, I completed the Witness today, checked out the current event in Genshin Impact, and picked up from where I left off in Horizon a few years ago. Ain't got no idea what's going on. Yeah, that's the trouble with like story-heavy games, right? It's just like, I'm back in this game. What the fuck was I doing in this game? But yeah, cool. And last, Brooke watched your favorite Jason today, Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives, and read through the back half of Watoko? Yes. Love is hard. Love is hard for otaku. Yes. Which is fantastic. Drop it to easy, yeah. Which love Kabayura and Koyani, but I wish the main couple progressed at all. Yeah, they don't progress. Started watching a new Korean Netflix show called All of Us Are Dead, and that is a zombie show. Pretty cool so far. Lord Crescent, that definitely sounds like a fucking zombie show. All of Us Are Dead. Cool. I hope that's awesome. That's got a good title. It's got an evocative title. I'm towards the end of Inscription, I think. Wristband, yeah. Inscription is longer than you would think it is. It's fucking good, don't get me wrong, but it is longer than you would imagine it. Bag 2 is almost all of one color, which is not a complaint. Lord Gretchen, that does sound cool, though. Yeah, Lashbrook. Love is Hard for Otaku is almost not a dating anime. It almost is just like a friendship story about two characters Like, it's mostly just like friends who accept you for your fucking hobbies, like anime. That also features people that occasionally like are dating, I guess. But yeah, they would be cool if they were a little bit more of a couple. But the other couple rules. And the younger brother who has a friend and then realizes that friend is a girl, that sucks. That it's like, oh, like it'd be one thing if he was like, um, I like this girl, or no, I like this guy. Oh, I like this guy. Weird. Oh, that guy is a girl. Okay. But more, it's like, I have a friend. That friend is a girl? No, I have feelings for her. And it's like, all right, dude. All right, young man. Come on. Whatever. All right, we're going to build a shell that's going to go on this, I think. I think that's what we're building here, but we'll get some of this done. We're not going to get a lot of this done tonight, but we'll get some of this done. But anyway, yes, I do like Love is Hard for Taku. The OVAs are pretty solid. The OVA about the other couple when they met as rivals is real good. That's some real good storytelling. I didn't know any of this. I just separated by color, the color separation, but I didn't do anything more than that. Oh, I do like how when he realized it, he immediately went, oh, I fucked up. Lastbrook, yes, you're not wrong. He is just like, oh, no. Ah, shit. Shit. Really did mess this up. I do appreciate that. That he's just like, yeah. He immediately realizes that he fucked up. That is good. This looks like a giant version of Brickhead's Technicore and then creating plates to attach. You're not wrong. This does feel like a giant version of the Brickheads where you're just building like a tiny little core and then you just put on like plates all around it. You're not wrong. This does have that kind of vibe. So one thing I'll do before Monday is I will go through all of this and null it just to make my life easier for what we've got left here. But generally, I'm just going to do one bag at a time because with 1,037 pieces, it's just going to take a really long time. Like I have the room, but I don't really want to do like all of it like at once. Like I could do that, but then I'm going to have to move it all. So I'll just be doing one bag at a time. I think that'll just be easier to do. And then, kind of take it from there. Okay, so we need this here, and then these two here. Yeah, I think one bag at a time is the way to go, because otherwise I'm just gonna get like overwhelmed with pieces, and then like this is also a great way to not borrow piece from the future when you know like a lot of bags at once. Like sometimes there's like it's a 3-bag kit. I'll just do it all at once. You may accidentally take something from the wrong color. Like this isn't hard to go like, okay, these are the colors we got here. But if you're getting into that, you might accidentally like pull the wrong color there, and then you're suddenly like using it, and then later you're like, ooh, what happened to that? I need something from this color, and where is it? Oh, actually it was, ooh, I took a dark gray when I needed a navy blue. Shit. This way, when you're just going one bag, if you can't find the color, you can go back and see where you messed up because every piece you need should be in the kit. So that can be very helpful by just doing one bag at a time, although it does take longer because you have to constantly be opening bags and then sorting bags. That is why you only do one bag at a time. Yes, especially if you're working on like a Star Wars kit, not this one, but like a ship, where you have a lot of light gray, a lot of dark gray, and some navy blue and some black. Sometimes the instruction manuals, the color stuff doesn't actually help you out too much. In this case, this should be pretty good, but we could still run into some issues where you're like, ooh, I think I did this wrong. But you won't worry about that because like we had some leftover pieces from bag one. Those we won't be sitting staring at them and going like, hey, I wonder when I'm going to use that. We weren't ever going to use that. They're extras. I even save the plastic bags since sometimes a piece gets stuck in one. That is great. You're not wrong. Lord Crashton says, I was nearly tempted to get one of the Lego display sets that were on sale around Christmas that has stuff like the Batman mask, Thanos' gauntlet, Boba Fett's helmet, and other stuff like that that are designed as display pieces. Yes, those are fucking rad, but also, like, expensive as hell. And so, like, I totally understand why you might be like, ooh. But then also, if you're going to buy something that is meant for display, then you gotta be able to display it. I don't really have the luxury of that. Like, I'm gonna put the Zeong behind me because I do want to show it off over here, and there's room for it to go over there. But I don't have like a lot of room to display kits in this area. But saving the bags, Fan, is a good call. I thoroughly look through the bags when I am dumping them to process, but that is a good call to like really make sure that you are doing it correctly and you have all the pieces you need. All right, so we need two 1 pieces, two 1x1s, or ones, just ones. The corner piece and the freaking again, Noling, I'll be instantly be able to find that. Took a little while there. Yeah, they're about $40 or so. You don't have a great place to put them. Yeah, Lord Crasher, that's the thing, right? If you don't have a good place to display them, then it sometimes feels really bad when you build something that you want to display like that, because you're like, oh, I don't know where that would go. So then you're just building a display piece and leaving it in the box or whatever. Also why I don't save a lot of stuff these days for display, because I don't have anywhere to display them. Okay, and this is going to go around the corner here. There we go. Corner. Looking good, I guess. I guess this is looking good. I don't know. This is going to be texture. You know, it's just texture. We'll say that, because I don't know otherwise. I love these outline in red that is here. That is just like, this is where these pieces go. It's so fucking helpful to have that. I love this so much. Okay, and then this. And then the 3-piece goes here. This goes here. This goes here. And then that goes 2 spots in that. Excellent. Soon we will wrap up the stream. We'll get a few more steps in here, then we'll wrap things up. And then we are going to raid, because that is how we end every stream here. We'll go find somebody that's doing something cool on a Saturday night, because why not? And then I'll go and continue where I'll go get a snack, and then continue to watch wrestling. And on Monday, we'll continue with this very large kit. We finished 1 bag, and we got some of bag 2, and there are a lot more bags. So we've got a ways to fucking go. But let's finish off this page. And we'll do that. And then we need a 1x6, 2 1x4s, and then 1x3. Okay. And the 6 goes here. One of these 4s goes. Wait. Oh, yeah. Like that. This is like that. This could get a little complicated here, because that's why I'm happy that it's outlined in red. That's very helpful. All right, and then we're just going to fold this page down so we know where we left off here in our big booklet. We're coming up on page 29 of like 100 and something pages. Ooh, an orb. Gotta get that orb ready. Oh yeah, there's 157 pages here. So 157. And we don't build until the very end the plaque that is where our little tiny child goes. So we built the child at the beginning for no good reason, in my opinion. But we'll just put him on there. Little tiny child. And this is what we have built so far. Which is something. We built some stuff. And we'll be holding one of the eggs. Yeah. We got a little orb that we're building at the end. And we will continue this in the far off distant future. But right now, we are going to raid. We are going to go find somebody cool to go hang out with. I got to mute audio here. So I'm muting audio so that we can go on a raid. Yes, the knob of the spaceship. I believe that is true, Mr. Fan. Don't remember exactly. I didn't look at it too quickly. I just saw he was holding something cool. But yeah, we're going to go find somebody to go and hang out with here in a raid. Let's see. So let's go see who we're going to go hang out with. Who's doing stuff that we want to go see? What's up? Pat Gill is playing Vampire Survivors, the game that I want to check out. That is the like roguelike, but also like a roguelike that loves Castlevania. So we're gonna go check that out because that game is weird and wild looking. And Pat Gill rules. I saw the Rory video of that. Yeah. Let's see, we'll raid Pat Gill because it's fun to raid our friends. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you have a great night. Feel free to come along in this raid. This is a cool, weird game that we'll be checking out and with a cool, weird streamer. So I hope you come hang out with that. I hope that you check me out in the future. Come back on Monday as we continue working on this stream or on this cool kit. I'll see you in the future. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye.